grabbing whatever you need for the practice. So grabbing your chair, grabbing your blocks, if you use blocks. Let's see. And if you use a strap, and then whatever we need for final relaxation at the very end. So if you use an eye pillow, a regular pillow, a blanket, having those things around you or when you need them later on. But finding ourselves, and if you need an extra pillow for any support for your practice today, if you use support, if you are supporting your back, if you're getting over an injury, or if you've got an illness, if you're sick, if you're not feeling good, but you're like, I still need to do some movement, then surround yourself with blankets and pillows and just be like this the whole time. That's fine. It can be very helpful, or laying down is helpful too, and resting is very helpful as well. But finding ourselves in our chair, seated in our chair, and we are at the center or front center of our chair so that we are not, if you don't have an injury or you're not sick, if you're we don't want to be using the back of the chair because we want to engage our core in our whole warm-up time. So we've got our feet nice and planted into the floor or into the mat, whatever is underneath you. We're sitting ourselves up tall in that center, front center of our chair, lengthening up through the spine. So maybe visualizing, if it helps to even close your eyes, visualizing your spine, your tailbone pointed down, and then stacking the vertebrae, lengthening up through the rib cage, up nice neck right here, and then up through the head. So lengthening up towards the ceiling. And let's begin with a sun breath here. So let's just do a nice big sun breath. Let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale that out. Let's do a few more of these, just beginning to start the rhythm of our breathing. Let's do a nice sun breath here. Inhale it up. And exhale it out. And one more time. Big deep inhale up. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Let's roll our shoulders. Let's begin by rolling the shoulders back. So this is one of my favorite shirts. I love this shirt. It's one of the, it's a Lululemon one from years ago, but it's wool. And I love bringing it out in the winter, and it's like a quarter zip, and they don't make them. I can't find them anywhere. Even on the used stuff, they don't make them anymore. But it's amazing, and I only have one, and I love it, and I take very good care of it. But it's so comfy, and I love wearing it. Just like, oh yay, I'm gonna wear my blue shirt today. Good. Let's go ahead and shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then release that down. Good. Good. Shrug that up, and then release that down, and shrug that up, and release that down. And it's that really thin wool, so it's like a merino sort of wool. Let's inhale and sweep this up, and exhale it out. Another sun breath here. Inhale and sweep this up. This time as we exhale, let's go ahead and take those arms either beside us or behind us. So you're holding on either to the seat of the chair, the back of the seat of the chair, the back of your chair, or clasping your hands behind you. You have multiple options here depending on your mobility and your flexibility, where it's at today in today's practice. Every day is different. Maybe some days you've got more flexibility and mobility, and some days less. So just going with it, recognizing it, and moving with it. And you'll get it if you've had more mobility before, you'll get it back. If you are working up to it, excellent. Good, let's go ahead and release that, shake that out. Let's do another sun breath here. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale that out. Very nice. Roll our shoulders back again. Good, and roll those shoulders forward again. Very nice. Inhale and sweep this up again. This time, let's clasp our hands at the top. We're going to exhale as our arms are lifted. So lengthening up through that. You can exhale at any time here. Ooh, and reaching up through those arms, lengthening up through the rib cage, up through the torso. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. One more time. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. Let's bring those arms out in front of us. Stop hands. Open our arms up. Let's take our palms up, make some fists, roll our knuckles in, exaggerated bicep curl. Maybe your thumbs touch your shoulders, maybe not. Let's go ahead and open this up, a little bit of seated cat and cow here. Opening that chest, and then let's go ahead and round that chest. So let's inhale and open, adding in that breath. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. Exhale and round. Inhale and open. And exhale and round. Good. Bring that spine back to neutral. Open up those arms. Take our arms behind us again. So holding onto the back of the chair or clasping your hands behind you, opening that up. So opening the chest, opening up the shoulders. All right, there. Let's look to the right. And then look to the left. Take our head back to center, drop our chin to chest. And then lift our eyes to sky. Head back to neutral. We can release our arms, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. Drop our right hand down to the right side of the seat of the chair. Reach over. A nice side bend right here. Very good. And bring this to center. Take our left arm across and gently at that forearm, so not at a wrist joint or an elbow joint, just at that forearm, gently pull that arm towards you. And then open this up. Let's take up the other side. Good, so we've got that nice, again, at that forearm, not the elbow joint or the wrist joint. Good. Take our left hand down, reach our right arm over and lean. Oh, that feels very good. Just leaning into that. Good, good. Inhale and sweep this up. Reach up through our fingers. You can exhale as those arms are lengthened. Let's walk our legs over to the right. Take our hands to the back of the seat of the chair, the top of the back of the seat of the chair. And let's go ahead and use those hands as leverage to twist our spine. So we will get this wonderful spinal twist here, maybe going comfortably uncomfortable, or maybe you're just comfortable today. Let's breathe. Let's add in that breath with this twist because that'll help release joints and tendons and muscles. Inhale it deeply here. And exhale it out. Inhale it deeply here. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Reach up through our arms. Let's walk those legs back to the front. And then go ahead and walk those legs over to the left. Hands go to the back of the seat of the chair. And let's do that deep twist here. Deep spinal twist. Oh, feels so good. Let's breathe that. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. And big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Wonderful. Reach those arms back up. Very nice. Bring this back to center. Bring our arms out in front of us. Let's take right over left and give ourselves a nice big hug. So reaching hands, fingers for our spine. Let's do a breath in this hug. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Open this up. Left arm over right. So up other way. Reaching our fingers for our spine. And let's do a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. So good. Very nice. Open this up. And we've got our arms in our peripheral, taking our palms and pointing them down. Let's do a few shoulder or arm circles. But yes, it's the shoulders. It's the shoulders. It's also our arms. But we're warming up, continuing to warm up those shoulders. So we've got some nice arm circles here. And let's go ahead and circle that the other way. And you can make these circles as big as you would like. If you want to go really big with these circles, then go for it. You can make these circles as big as you want. Try not to let them go yet, because we do want that burn. If you're getting that burning sensation, if it's like, this is hard, this is what we want. We're just getting that blood flow. Let's go ahead and circle that the other way, maybe making the circles a little bit bigger here. Good, and then one more time, other way, maybe the biggest circles ever right here. Good, good, and release that. Very nice. Roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders forward. Let's drop our chin to our chest. With those arms by our side, we're imagining that our arms are very, very heavy. Maybe they've turned into cement. They're being pulled down towards the floor so that we might get a nice little release in the back of our neck and our traps, our trapezius, those upper shoulder muscles. Let's lift that head center, look over to the right. Arms are still heavy by our sides, looking over to the left. Good, bring this back to center. Drop our chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. And let's do these half neck circles here. So taking this from side to side. Good. And go ahead and drop that chin to chest. Ooh. Lift that head up to center. Roll our shoulders back and roll those shoulders forward. Nice. Shake that out. Good. All right, let's add in our seated sun salutations. So continuing to warm up that body. So now we're moving not just only upper body, we're getting into our core. So you've got your blocks ready for where you want them in our seated sun salutations. Let's inhale and sweep those arms up nice and big. We're going to exhale, dive it down and over. So we've got our belly resting on our thighs. If you have lower back issues or pain, or you've got something else going on and you need some support here, you can always feel free to put a blanket or a pillow on those thighs for that support. So we've got this nice forward fold. Our hands are on our blocks or on the floor or on our shins or on our feet. Let's go ahead and inhale, pressing into those hands and lengthening through our arms and lengthening through that spine. So lengthen right there. Very nice. We've pulled in that inhale, and then let's go ahead and exhale, release this back into that forward fold. Good. Inhale and lengthen this again. And exhale, release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Let's press our right hand into our block and lift our left side open. So nice spinal twist, opening up with that left arm. Taking our left arm, we are going to just move it right through onto both of our thighs, and our right hand goes to our waist. So we've got a nice little twist here. Our right hand goes to the lowest rib on that right side. Good, and then go ahead and bring this to center. Sit it up tall. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. Left hand is going to press into that block. Let's open right side. Bring that up and breathe. We're going to take that right hand and just bring this through, forearm to both of those thighs, left hand onto that lowest rib. Ooh, nice twist here. Good twist to the other side. Very nice. And then bring this up center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Very nice. Inhale and sweep it up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Press our right hand into block. Lift our left arm up once again. Breathing this here. Nice lift. Maybe your rotation doesn't go very high, or maybe it goes super high. Just listening to that body, where that rotation is going to go today, that shoulder rotation, and that waist, that trunk rotation right there. Good. Let's go ahead and swing this arm through again. Forearm right to both of those thighs. Right hand to that lowest rib, twisting to the right. Breathe. And you kind of want to, it's really easy to put a lot of weight into that left elbow, into that thigh. Try and kind of keep some weight in just on the entire forearm. Bring this to center, so sitting up nice and tall. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Press our left hand into block. Lift our right arm up. Breathe it here. Bring our right forearm through, right to both of those thighs. Take our left hand to our lowest rib and twist. Bring this to center. Inhale and sweep this up. On our exhale, clasp our hands behind us. Open up that chest, or you're holding the back of the chair, whichever is working for you. Look to the left, look to the right. Head back to center, drop our chin to chest. Lift that head to center. Let's release those arms. Inhale and sweep this up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through our arms. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Hold this here. Let's lengthen back up through our spine. I'm scooting myself a little bit even more forward because I felt it was going back. So lifting ourselves up so we can be super tall, so we can get this nice, really big hinge and over to the left. So let's inhale it deeply here. And as we exhale, we are hinging at those hip flexors, and we've got this nice, wonderful spinal twist, an even deeper twist than the twist that we were just doing, trying to get that left elbow or right elbow, right tricep to that thigh. We've got this nice spinal twist here, and breathe. And Patches is joining us for yoga. Yeah. Good, bring yourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale those hands back to heart. Oh yeah. All right, sitting ourselves up tall, and we're gonna do that spinal twist on the other side. So sit that up tall, inhale it deeply. As we exhale, hinging deeply at the hips. And we go over to the right. Oh, this side is tighter. So now that left elbow, left tricep over to that right thigh. We've got this wonderful seated spinal twist, and breathe. Very good. And bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us again. So you're either again holding on to the back of the chair or your hands, looking to the left, looking to the right, head to center. Drop our chin to chest. And lift that head up. So good. Very nice. And let's release those arms. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale that out. All right. So lower body now. Let's get into those legs. We can move our blocks off to the side. We want to keep ourselves centered in our chair, and we want to go into our staff pose. So we're going to lengthen out through our legs, lengthen up through our arms, finding the staff pose. And you can go single leg here if you need to, otherwise challenging yourself into double leg staff pose. Let's breathe it. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Big deep inhale and exhale it out. And one more time, big deep inhale and exhale it out. We can release those arms. You can be holding on to the chair or hands to thighs. And we've got hamstring curl and leg extension. Let's go for 8 here. So let's curl this in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. We're going to hold this next extension. So we're lengthened up through our spine. We're holding our extended legs. Let's go ahead and point those toes. Flex our feet. Point our toes. Flex our feet. Point our toes. Flex our feet. Point our toes and flex our feet. Good. Let's release our left leg. Let's go ahead and take that right leg, and our right ankle goes right there to our left thigh. So we have our first figure 4 piriformis stretch for that hip flexor, outer hip, right there. Posture doesn't need to be perfect yet. We're going to work on that in a minute. Let's go ahead and keep this up nice and tall. And you can begin to hinge this forward a little bit to begin to open up the glute and the hip. Ooh. And we are just moving that forward enough before our shoulders start to round and we come out of alignment. So we want to make sure that we're leading with the chest, that everything's nice and open, our spine is nice and long. Good. All right, now let's go ahead and scoot back to the back of the chair. We get to use the back of the chair now for support here. Let's sit ourselves up nice and tall. Sitting that up super tall, super tall. Good. And let's add our breath and our movement. So let's inhale it here. As we exhale, we hinge forward. And inhale it up tall. Exhale and hinge. Inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale and hinge. Good. Hold this right here. You can still breathe in this hinge. We're still holding this forward. We're still stretching this. Very nice. Good. Bring this back up tall. Let's take our left hand to that right thigh and let's reach our right hand behind us. And you can hold the back of the chair and let's do a twist to the right. Breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. Good. Let's twist it the other way. Nice twist over the other side. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. And bring this back to center. Good. Let's take our heel to the corner of the chair, wrap our arm, and we've got our nice little twist here. We've got that arm wrapped around, if that's available to you. And it's waking up that glute and hip, outer hip, glute. Woo. And let's go ahead and twist this the other way. Looking to the left. Very good. Bring this back to center. Go ahead and release that leg. Shake that out. Scoot ourselves forward. Take our hands, fingers facing in towards one another. And we're going to just press our weight into our hands onto our strong thighs. Right here. And we're going to go ahead and round that back. and then open that chest. So some more, it's a seated cat and cow, just a little bit different. Rounding that here and then opening this up. Let's do a couple more like that. Round that here and then open this up and then round that back and open that up. Good. Oh, that feels really good. Big sun breath here. Inhale and exhale it out. Very nice. All right, taking ourselves back into our staff pose. So we are at the center or the front center of our chair. Let's lengthen up through our arms. Find that staff pose. 3 breaths here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And inhale deeply and exhale it out. One more time. Big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Release those arms, holding onto the chair, hands to thighs, whatever works best for you. Curl this in, hamstring curl and leg extension. Let's go for 8 here. Curl this in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in and hold this extension. Go ahead and point those toes, flex those feet, 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 point those toes, and flex those feet. Good. We're going to go ahead and release our right leg. Let's take our left ankle to that right thigh. Woo-wee. Right there, and piriformis on this other side, that figure 4 piriformis stretch for that hip flexor, for that outer hip, inner thigh, inner hip. Ooh, just stretching that. Again, posture, not really worried about it right here because we're just waking it all up. We'll get our posture going in a second, but trying to make sure that we don't round our spine too much. And just finding that hinge, because that's what we're going to work on in just a moment. Oh, that feels very, very good. All right, let's go ahead and scoot ourselves back to the back of the seat of the chair. We get to use the back now, sitting ourselves up tall. Now that posture comes into play. We want to make sure as we hinge that we are leading with our chest, chin, and that we keep our shoulders from rounding. So let's add that breath. Inhale it deeply here and exhale, hinge it forward. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Let's go 2 more like that. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. And 1 more. Inhale it up tall and exhale it, hinge. Wonderful. Oh, keep that hinge. Wow, so good. Very nice. Bring that back up tall. Let's go ahead and bring our right hand to our left thigh. Let's twist that. And then twist to the other side. Not forgetting to use that breath in these twisting poses. Good, let's bring this back to center. And let's go into half shoelace. Let's take our heel to corner of the chair. Let's go ahead and wrap that right arm around that left leg. Oh, goodness. That glute, that hip, hamstring, right there. And breathe. And then let's go ahead and twist the other way. See that other way. Very nice. And bring that back to center. Give that a nice big hug. And then let's release that. Let's scoot ourselves over to the left side of our chair. Let's go ahead and take our left leg off to the side. And we're going to keep our right leg. Actually, go ahead and take that right leg and we're going to put it all the way onto the seat of the chair. So we've got our right leg half zigzagged. on the seat of the chair. We've got our left leg off to the side. Toes can be however you want them. They can be just a neutral toe, or you can work your toes inward and your heel outward. So maybe you're working on ankle mobility and flexibility. So it could be a neutral ankle or mobility ankle. So working on whatever feels best for you today, whatever is your goal for your practice today. Let's lengthen up through our arms here, lengthening up center, reaching up through this. So our nice goal post arms. Let's take our right hand down to the right side of the seat of the chair and let's lengthen. Let's get a nice long body here from our fingers all the way down to the blade of our foot. Our toes are heel, whichever one is furthest away from you. And let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. Big deep inhale and exhale it out. Very nice. Let's go ahead and windmill this arm. It's going to go either to the side of the thigh or the back of the thigh. We don't want any pressure on that knee joint. And let's reach over. Reaching that right arm over. We're reaching over to the left side and breathe this here. Definitely good inner thigh stretch here as well. And breathe. And go ahead and release that. We're going to turn this into our supported pigeon, our modified pigeon. So let's go ahead and turn that so that our hips are squared forward towards the seat of our chair. Let's keep our back heel lifted. Let's keep our nice left leg long. And let's reach up through those arms. So maybe there's this little back bend here, slight back bend. We've got a forward fold. So let's take this either on those hands, on those elbows, or all the way down. I'm going to use a block here because I don't want to go all the way down. But that heel stays lifted, that back leg stays active, and we are folded over and breathing here. Inhale and exhale. And let's reach those arms back up, lengthen back through this. Oh, that feels good. Very nice. And then release that. Good. Let's take our leg, front leg, right leg off to the side, and we're going to go into our warriors. So we're going to start off with warrior one, actually. So we've got that front knee bent, back leg is nice and straight. Just like with our pigeon, how we had our hips squared forward, we're doing, or like to the side, that's what we're doing here for this warrior one. We're squaring our hips over towards our front legs, over towards our right leg, square those hips as much as you can, and reach up through those arms into our warrior one. We've got our nice warrior one right here. Breathe it, inhale. And exhale it out. I'll tell you, man, right there in that groin and that inner thigh on the other leg, on that left leg. Let's open this up into that strong, proud warrior now. Strong warrior two. So strong legs, strong torso, strong chest, strong arms, strong neck, relaxed face. Breathe this here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Let's take this into peaceful warrior. Drop our back arm to the back of that thigh. Right palm is up, reach up through this. Peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And then we take it into our side angle. So let's take that right arm to that left or right thigh and bring our left arm over. Our bicep is right by our forehead or our ear. We've got this nice lengthening on this side. Try not to put all of our weight into our right hand, right arm. Trying to make those legs do some work here in this warrior or in this side angle, part of our warrior poses. Good, and then let's open this back up into proud warrior, warrior two. Nice breath here. Inhale and exhale it out. Good, release that down. Very nice. All right, we can Release that. Oh. And we can scoot over to the right side of the chair. So we've got ourselves scooted over. And let's take our right leg off to the side. There we go. Okay, right leg is off to the side. And again, if you had your toe inwards and you're working on your ankle mobility, then do the same thing on this side. I'm trying to remember what I did. I think I had it like that. Like, okay. And we want to go ahead. Oh, that's what was, I was like, something's off. Right, that leg gets the seat of the chair. Because we're not doing the supported crescent, we're just doing our side pose right here. So let's lengthen up through this nice goalpost arms in this gait, modified gait pose. Good, reaching up through this, very nice. Let's take our left hand to the left side of the seat of the chair, reaching this over. Lengthen through that arm all the way down to that heel or toes, whichever is furthest away from you. And breathe. Good, let's windmill this and reach over. Lengthen through that and breathe. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and release that. Let's turn this into our supported pigeon. And block here. Let's reach up here. So we get that a little slight back bend, reaching and lifting and breathing. And then let's add in that forward fold. So either on those hands, on those elbows, or forward. Trying to do the same thing on this side that you did on the other side. So trying to get that same fold that you did over on the other side, trying to do it over here as well. Breathe it deeply. Inhale and exhale. Good, lift ourselves back up, lengthen up through this, reach. Very nice, and then release that. Let's take ourselves legs down so that we can take ourselves into our warriors on this side. Warrior one first. So that means we're gonna keep our hips squared, keep our torso right in line with that front leg, with our left leg now. And let's reach up through this. So warrior one, supported warrior one. I love using support with these warriors because it's like, I could never get this low without the chair. So I love it. Breathe it here. And from this warrior one, let's open ourselves up into proud warrior, warrior two. Never get this low with this good of that knee bend and that leg straight. That's what, yeah, with that nice alignment. That's what we're trying to go for. That's what we're working for here, is that wonderful posture and alignment. We're lengthening through those arms, strong legs, strong torso, strong neck, face is relaxed. Let's drop that back arm, left palm facing up, peaceful warrior on this other side. So reaching through that and breathing through that. Inhale and exhale. From this reverse warrior, we're going to take ourselves to side angle on this side. Lengthen through that and breathe. And bring ourselves back up. So good, so strong. Proud warrior. Very nice. And then release that. Good. Let's keep our legs nice and wide. We've got our blocks, and let's take our blocks to inside of our feet. And we will do this wide-legged spinal twist. Let's take our right hand to that right block, and let's open this up. So good. Breathe it here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Good, let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring the hand down. And we've got that open to the other side. Breathing it here. And inhale this up and release that. Good, let's bring our legs together and move my chair over a little bit. All right, bring our legs together. We've got our blocks. We're gonna go into our standing forward fold. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. We've got our seated forward fold right here. We've got our feet planted. Hands planted into those blocks. Let's go ahead and lift our glutes up off of the chair. So let's take those glutes up off of the chair. Ooh, nice long and strong legs. Lengthen through those calves, hamstrings, glutes. Lengthening through that back right there. Hands are on those blocks. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. So wonderful tabletop here. Exhale and release that. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Lift our glutes up off of the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Glutes lift up off of the chair, standing forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Let's keep this here in this nice standing forward fold. We're going to add a mountain pose. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big to a tall mountain, and then add those cactus arms back. So exhale, cactus this back. Good. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. We're going to stay standing here. Inhale, flatten that back, look forward, tabletop. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus arms back. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Good. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Cactus our arms back. As we exhale right there. Good. Inhale and lift this up. And then let's release our arms down to our sides. Very good. Let's move this chair. So we're going to move that. Let's turn it around, actually. So turning that chair around. And we're going to use our chair for support as we go into our some standing balance. That was the word I was looking for. Standing balance poses. We're going to go into our dancer first. So let's go ahead, and we've got our left leg planted firmly into the floor. Let's reach our right hand for our right foot. This may be where you go for your dancer today, and you may be supported by the chair. If you want to hold with both of those hands onto that foot, feel free to do that. We're going to begin to hinge this forward and lengthen through that back leg, so that we get an opening in our quadriceps, so our front thigh, and we get an opening in our bicep and our back. So we've got this nice extension here. And breathe. I love using the chair for this dancer pose because you can get so much extension here. But if you're using both hands on your foot, feel free to continue to do that here. Continue to work on that flat back, that lengthened spine, lengthened quadricep. From here, let's go ahead and bring this up, and let's bring our leg around into one-legged seated pose. So another piriformis right here. One-legged seated pose, and we're still supported. And breathe. Love this hip stretch. Love this balance right here, this nice balance pose. Good, and then from this, let's lengthen up through our legs, and we can release that leg. Let's turn ourselves forward now, so our feet are facing front. We can still use the support of the chair. And we're gonna go into a supported tree pose. You don't have to. You can walk away from that chair and do your full tree pose. Up to you today, depending on how you're feeling. But finding our tree pose, finding where you want to be at. think I'm gonna be right here today, just in case I need to grab it. So we're still rooting with our left foot, but we're facing a different way now. First part of your tree can just be with that toe popped. Second part, we're beginning to open that up. Again, toe can be popped, but we're pressing the pelvis forward, opening that up. And then you can begin to bring that up. If you're wearing soft leggings, it's very difficult. I totally need the support of the chair because my foot wants to fall down. So you might have to roll up your leggings, or you might just have to like squeeze your hamstrings super tight to keep your foot there. But finding our tree pose, whatever that is looking like for you today. But remember, whatever you do on this side, you want to be able to do the same thing on the other side. So finding that tree, hands are at our heart. If you want to go a little bit more, you can bring those hands and lengthen up. Remember, longer levers make things more difficult. So it adds the difficulty level. You can even do longer lever and hold if you want to do that too. If you're like, I'm good here, but I want to practice to go here, but I still need support. So yeah, work on that longer lever with holding support. So do whatever is working for you in your practice. Do those levels, find that success. Bring, if you've got those hands up, bring those hands back to heart. Let's release that leg down, nice and long. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Oh, that nice standing forward fold. That feels so good. And then nice. Roll this up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, and roll our shoulders back. Very good. Okay. If you want to move your chair, I move my chair to the other side because we're doing the other side, but you might not need to move your chair. So we're going to go ahead and take ourselves to dancer on the other side. So we've got ourselves facing our chair. Left hand is going to go for that left foot. This side's a little tighter. And then let's begin to hinge. Hinge that, lengthen through. This feels really good on this side. Lengthen through that quadricep, lengthening through that bicep. Ooh, and that back. So good. Ah, such good flexibility here. And if you can't do much of it, that's okay. You're still working on that flexibility and that strength, very much so that strength and that balance. Even being supported just with the chair, you're still having to balance. So know that as well. Even with the chair, even with holding onto that chair, you are still working on that balance. So good. Very nice. Let's go ahead and hinge this up. And then take our foot around to that one-legged seated piriformis stretch, that figure four, one-legged seated pose, and breathe. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves up. Very good. And we're going to turn ourselves front now. Now we've got our tree pose. Again, if you were working on your balance on the other side and you kind of walked away, try and do the same thing on this side. So let's plant our right foot in. And your first part is you've either got that toe popped, or you've got that toe popped and the knee out, or you're working on bringing that leg up. Just remember, I didn't say it on the other side, but just remember with that foot, don't let it rest on your knee joint, on your kneecap, any of that area. And if you are bringing your leg up into your hip crease, try not to do that. You want to be able to have strength enough that it should come up by itself, because bringing it up here, your body's not ready for that yet because you can't naturally bring it up. So work on where your body can take you, not to where you force it to, especially in these yoga poses. So finding that tree pose, finding what works for you, and trying to remember what you did on the other side and challenge yourself to do the same on this side. This side is harder than the other side. Working towards maybe that longer lever. I'm gonna have to do my single arm longer lever, and maybe your leg will cramp. But that's very often the case too. One side of our bodies is often stronger than the other, has maybe more flexibility or more mobility. So very normal because our daily lives are not balanced. The things that we do, we have a dominant hand, a dominant side. So of course, we're not going to be fully balanced, but that's why we do this practice. Good, bringing our hands back to our heart. And let's go ahead and bring the leg down. Very nice. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Oh, enjoy this forward fold. Enjoy the stretching through the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. So good through those glutes. Let's reach this up. Inhale. And then release that down. Very good. All right, let's move our chair. We're going to take ourselves down onto our backs for our modified shoulder stand, for our inversion pose, and then we will go into final relaxation. So grabbing all the things you need for that. If you use an eye pillow, a regular pillow, if you use blankets, and then a block for support for our inversion. So scooting ourselves up nice and close to our chair. You maybe have your legs up against a wall if you don't have a chair, or if you need support for your legs the whole time, you can have your legs up against the wall. Good. All right. So we've got those legs up onto chair. Let's go ahead and take that block underneath your sacrum. So right underneath that belt area. Let's go ahead and do a shoulder rotation. So let's open our arms, our palms facing up. Our fingers are wide. And then let's go ahead and lift those legs. And you are supported by that block. If that hurts you, if the block hurts you, always feel free to put a blanket over your block, because sometimes the edges of the block can be a little harsh, even like because they're, hard foam blocks. But maybe you've got some fibromyalgia stuff going on. Maybe you've got some pain going on. You don't have to, this doesn't have to be painful. Feel free to make things comfortable enough for you to do what you can do. So we've got those legs lifted. You might be having stillness here. You might be, I've been pointing and flexing my feet, rotating my ankles. You might be working on maybe some outer inner thigh flexibility. And gravity does a great job here at pulling those legs down towards the floor. Just enjoying this inversion though. And the open rotation of our chest and shoulders too. Because our upper body, we've got our shoulders rotated open, we've got our palms facing out, and we've got our fingers apart. So this isn't a super relaxed position. Everything is still working here. Legs are lifted in this inversion, meaning that our legs are above our heart, above our head. So that means that our circulation is going the other way. Well, not the other way, but you know what I mean. Our legs are above our head. But our hands, our arms are very active too, because they're rotated open. Our fingers are apart. So not really in a relaxation position yet. We'll get there soon. But maybe it's just maybe a few ankle rotations or pointing and flexing of the feet. A couple more breaths here of these legs being lifted and lengthened into the sky. And then let's go and release one leg and release the other leg. Very nice. Let's take our left ankle onto our right thigh. Press that inner left thigh away. And then release that. Switch sides. Take that right ankle to that left thigh. Press that inner right thigh away. And release that. Very nice. Let's take that block out from underneath our sacrum. Good. And let's put that here. And we get to move into our final relaxation. So grabbing whatever you need for that. Let's do a little bit of low back stretch first, low back rotation. Let's reach behind our knees, reach behind our thighs, pull those knees into our chest, and then maybe make yourself into a little ball. So bring the forehead maybe as close to your knees as you can. So make yourself into this nice little ball. And then go and release that upper body. We can release our hands out from underneath our legs, and let's drop both of our knees over to the right. Take our arms into a T. Let's look to the left. Oh, good spinal twist. Oh man, that's so good. Breathe into that. And bring this back to center. And let's drop those knees over to the other side. So dropping over to the left, let's look to the right. If you can. For me, this side is so tight. I feel like I'm not even looking over to the right. I am. Maybe I'm looking at the sky on the right. The other side, I was able to look to the left side. I could just see the sky on the right side. Good, let's bring this back to center, back to neutral, and then let's lengthen through our legs. Lengthen through our legs towards one end of the room, reach through our arms towards the other end. If you use an eye pillow, go ahead and place that eye pillow over your eyes and enjoy the darkness and the heaviness of that eye pillow for the next few moments. As you lengthen, as you're reaching through your fingers, as you're reaching through your toes, your heels, lengthen through that. Adding a few inches to your height here. Breathe, breathe. And inhale it deeply. As we exhale, let's sink, let's settle. Oh, let those feet fall open. Relax the face, relax the jaw. Maybe you're doing a mental body scan, scanning from our toes, working through your feet, through your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, your front thighs, your quadriceps, your back thighs, your hamstrings, up into those glutes and that pelvis, to those hips, to that low back, belly, rib cage, lungs, chest, out to those fingertips, through those hands, through those arms, biceps, triceps, shoulders, back into the chest, up into the neck. Relax the face, the jaw, relax the scalp. Relax and release that entire body. Just breathing, sinking into the floor. And continue to relax. Go ahead and bend at those knees. Tuck that tailbone under. And let's drop our knees over to our most comfortable side. Kick ourselves onto our sides. And a breath or two here. And then let's slowly press ourselves up, bring ourselves up into a seated pose that feels supportive and strong for you. Sitting ourselves up tall, lengthening up through that spine, up through the crown of our head. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring our hands to prayer. And then exhale, eyes following our fingers, take our chin to chest. Lift our head center, take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply and exhale it out.